Yevgen, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, good morning.
Okay. Anastasia, good morning.
Good morning.
Is everything fine?
Yes.
Wonderful. Good. Marina, good morning.
Good morning.
Vitalina, hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
We still have 5 minutes, so we should wait for more students. Vladislav, good morning. Vladislav, can you hear me?
Здравствуйте.
Hi. Good morning, everybody. Very nice. We still have 4 minutes, so let's wait for the rest of our students and we will start. We still have 3 minutes. Soon we will start.
Оксана Павловна, меня на прошлом уроке не было. Я могу сдать презентацию по предпринимателям, которые изменили мир?
Настя, тільки не сьогодні. Сьогодні лекція на практичному, добре? Без питань, без проблем, звичайно. Із задоволенням. Вам спасибі. Okay, only 1 minute. And we still wait for the rest of our students. Only 21 from 50. It's not enough. I hope someone will join us as soon as possible. Okay, so it's our time. So, dear students, good morning. I hope everything is fine with you and you have a great mood today and everything is fine with you. And today is a wonderful day, according to my opinion. And today we will have a special lecture with our guest from India. And in this case, I would like to tell you that today you have a really great opportunity to listen wonderful lecture of my colleague and my friend from India, Dr. Saurabh Chandra, PhD in in economic sciences. It's about me, sorry. PhD in public administration, managing director of the Integrated Policy and Administrative Research Network Foundation from India. And I would like to tell you, my dear students, that today the lecture will be only the first part of our grateful I would like to tell you wonderful cooperation, because maybe you know, maybe not, but on March we will have a great event in our university. It will be the first conference on studies in gender and migration research areas. And in this case, our Indian partners will be a great part of this event. They are so co-partners and co-organizers of this wonderful event. And in this case, it's my pleasure and my honor, and I am very happy because of that today to introduce to you my colleague from India, Dr. Saurabh Chandra. And today, Dr. Saurabh Chandra will give you a great lecture about motivation in the framework of our of our course, of our discipline. In this case, I think it will be a wonderful experience for us, and it will be really great lecture. And I hope Dr. Saurabh Chandra will continue a great cooperation with us. So, Dr. Saurabh Chandra, the floor is yours, and I introduced you, and we will be happy to listen your presentation and your lecture today. So, you are welcome.
Dr. Oksana, thank you so much for such a warm welcome. I appreciate it a lot. And I am looking forward to more collaboration between the universities and between the countries. Thank you so much once again for inviting me for this special lecture. So should we start the lecture now?
Yes, of course. I think we have enough students already, almost over 40. So we can start, yes.
Okay. Greetings from India, dear students. I hope you find this lecture resourceful and knowledgeable. So I wish you please pay attention, and we will have an interactive session in this lecture. So I would also like to talk to you about your experiences about the Ukrainian economy. Myself, I am a managing director of an organization, so I'm also an entrepreneur, and I work in the sector of education, higher education. I work with different universities. I work with different organizations, so I have a close connection with this topic. So when Dr. Oksana invited me for this lecture, I was very happy. Although she gave me very little time for preparation, but I'm very happy that she thought of me, and I found all of you very welcoming, and thank you so much for the great welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Saurabh Chandra.
So I would like to share my screen first because I have prepared a small presentation for all of you so that you can understand the basic concept of this motivation. This is not a normal motivation. This is an entrepreneurial motivation, that how can we motivate the entrepreneurs? How can we build the future entrepreneurs? Because entrepreneurship is the backbone of any economy in the current situation. In India, we have witnessed so much progress in this field that now our country, India, has become the third largest country in the sector of startups. So I would also share with you a small video related to that. You will find it very educational and you will find it good for yourself. Okay, I am sharing my screen, Dr. Oksana.
Yes, of course. Thank you very much. Yes, we can see.
Okay, can you see it?
Yes, we can. Wonderful. Thank you.
Okay, so it is often said that a person cannot win a game if they do not want to play. In the context of entrepreneurship, this statement suggests that success of an entrepreneur depends upon his willingness to become an entrepreneur. If you are not willing to become an entrepreneur, you cannot become successful entrepreneur. So to become a successful entrepreneur, the willingness should come from inside of you. It should come from your soul. The pursuit of entrepreneurial opportunity is an evolutionary process which includes to discover the opportunity, deciding whether it is positive one, or to pursue resources, and to design the mechanism of exploitation. Here, when we talk about exploitation, we talk about the human and non-human resources that are available in a country, because everything has to be done within the framework of law and within the framework of policy of the government. Human motivations influence the decisions related to entrepreneurship endeavors, and that various across people in these motivations will influence whose pursue entrepreneurial opportunity, whose assembles resources, and how people undertake the entrepreneurial process. It should be noted that the word motivation has come from the Latin word movere, which means to move forward. What influences a man or a woman to move forward? What motivates them to move forward in a new direction to pursue for the pursuit of a certain goal. That is a psychological phenomenon. Psychologically, it means an inner or environmental stimulus to action, which forces or the factors that are responsible for initiation, for sustaining behavior. So, what motivates a person to take initiatives? We have to see all these factors. Now, in this lecture, we will talk about the meaning and concept of entrepreneurial motivation. We will talk about the process of achieving motivation, and then we will conclude the session. In common perception, what do we have in perception? We perceive that the entrepreneurs are only after money. They are engaged in profit making. It is true, but profit as understood in terms of the residual income of the owner after meeting all the expenses incurred on the engagement and utilization of other factors of production is the reward of entrepreneurship, just like as the salary that the people get in employment or the professional fees that they get out of their profession. It is not the only factor of motivation. It is not the only factor that motivates an entrepreneur. Then what motivates an entrepreneur? And how to find out who can be a good entrepreneur and who can be a successful entrepreneur? After all, money is required not only for its own sake, but for the sake of the need of the person that it can fulfill. Money does is not the end in itself. It can only provide the food and the social status, but the zeal from inside, it cannot provide the zeal from inside. This leads to the need of entrepreneurial motivation to achieve that extra edge over others. Inner push of self motivation is required to achieve success in entrepreneurship. Now, who is an entrepreneur? Entrepreneur is not just a person who wears a blue suit, who looks smart, and who wears a expensive watch and who makes money. Entrepreneur is a person who entrepreneur is not just a person who sets up the business or businesses, who takes all the financial risk and hope for profit. Entrepreneur is not just a person who is a promoter of an industry. Entrepreneur is a person who creates an environment. Entrepreneur is a person who creates the ecosystem, and thus he strengthens the economy of a country. Now, what is motivation? Motivation is the desire to act in service of a goal. It is the crucial element in setting and attaining our objectives. Motivation is one of the driving forces behind human behavior. So we all are sitting here, we all are discussing, we all are talking on this topic, interesting topic. Why? Because we are motivated. We are finding it interesting. We are motivated to join the session. So we already joined the session. So this is the internal activity. This is the internal drive that makes a person successful. The same philosophy, the same psychology also applies on the entrepreneurs. Now, how to find out? How to find out if a person can be a good entrepreneur or not? Or what are the various factors which influence a person for achieving motivation? The first factor is the self-efficacy. The second factor is the creativity. The third factor is the research taking. Fourth factor is the leadership. And fifth factor is the communication and influencing ability. Now, what is self-efficacy? According to Albert Bandura, self-efficacy is the belief in one's capabilities to organize and execute the courses of action required to manage prospective situations. In other words, self-efficacy is a person's belief in his or her ability to succeed in a particular situation. Virtually all people are known of the goals to accomplish and things that need to changes in the process. However, most people also realize that putting these plans into action is not a quite simple thing. It involves a lot of tasks, it involves a lot of activities, it involves a lot of challenges that an entrepreneur has to overcome while achieving his goals. So who how to find out a person who has a strong sense of self-efficacy, and how to find out a person with a weak sense of self-efficacy. So the person with a strong sense of self-efficacy will have the following characteristics. The person will see every challenging problem as a task to be mastered. He will develop the deeper interest in the activities in which they participate. They will form a strong sense of commitment in their interest and activities. They will recover quickly from setbacks and disappointments. Whenever we talk about entrepreneurships, setbacks and disappointments are always the part of this activity. So a person should be able to quickly recover from all these setbacks and disappointments so that he can motivate himself and he can move forward in the direction of success. Then how to find out the persons who have weak sense of self-efficacy. These persons who have a weak sense of self-efficacy, they will avoid challenging tasks. They will never take challenges. They will avoid tasks. They will give explanations. They will give reasons. They will never take challenges. Second thing is they will believe that difficult tasks and situations are beyond their capability. Whenever a situation comes before them, they will only say that no, I cannot do it. They will never accept that I can do it. This is the one of the characteristic of a person with a weak sense of self-efficacy. They will focus on personal failing and negative outcomes. They will only say that this is the reason why I am not going to do this thing. This is the reason why I am not going to take this challenge. This is the reason why I am not going to take this activity. So they will have a lot of reasons for not taking the challenges. They will quickly lose confidence in personal abilities. They will always question their personal abilities. They will always question their confidence. So they do not have self-confidence and they do not have the motivation. This is the reason. This is the way to find out the person with a weak sense of self-efficacy. And self-efficacy is one of the vital components for the success of entrepreneurship. Now, we all have heard this word creativity. It is everyone, everyone is creative. Everyone is creative in their own way. Then what is the meaning of creativity when it comes to entrepreneurship? Creativity is the ability of creation. That is the causing of a new thing to exist, a thing that did not exist before now does. Creativity is the most welcomed attribute of a business plan analysis, especially when explaining the product or services to be marketed in terms of its competitive advantages. So creativity is always welcomed. Creativity can be anything. It can be the different way of fragmentation of a champagne or a wine. It can be advertising a campaign in a more creative way. It can be bringing together a team to make a new product. It it can be it can be multidimensional. So there are many ways of a creating mind that applies to its talent. So creating a new product for which the entrepreneur has anticipated future sale is creativity. Improving a product, that is adding or modifying something that makes the product better according to certain criteria like customers need, is creativity. Painting, writing, sculpting, all these are creative activities. Improving the process of manufacturing something, making it more reliable, making it more good, is creativity. Using the same product to satisfy a different need. Whenever we use a different product for a different purpose, this and it is able to succeed, then this process is called creativity. inventing new concept or construct that help to better explain certain phenomena, like defining an entrepreneur as a solver of the market disequilibrium or a smasher of this disequilibrium in the economy. This is creativity. Developing a new statistical formula is creativity. Interpreting information in a different way, it is creativity. And yes, doing business abroad is creativity. So foreign collaborations are also a part of the creative activities. So creativity is not just making changes in something or bringing out something, it is also creating something. Now, one of the most influential topic of this lecture is the risk taking. Every business involves a lot of risk. Within a free market order, entrepreneurs have to take a risk because the last word lies with the potential buyers, the consumers. So the market order tends to generate goods and services to cater to the demands of the consumer. More precisely, individual product producers and sellers produce the goods and services acting on the basis of their appraisal and wants of the consumer. If they are correct in their judgment, then they will prosper. If not, they will not attract buyers and they will fail. So everything depends upon the satisfaction of the consumer. Everything depends upon the satisfaction of the person who is the buyer of the product. Now, leadership. Leadership is one of the major attributes of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is a special skill set. Some great entrepreneurs are not so good leaders or managers, but successful leaders need to be master of some of the entrepreneurial skill sets. Now, communication and influential abilities. Early stage and startup businesses have demanding communication challenges. The ability of entrepreneur to influence the ecosystem or environment is the key of success. Here, the communication means the communicating with the employees, communicating with the team, communicating with the other persons who are involved in the production, who are involved in the same process, and communicating with the customers or the consumers about the product. So this is a two-way process. And the influential ability means that the ability of the entrepreneur to influence the environment. Environment means that every entrepreneur creates an environment to progress. So if a person has a capacity or ability to create an environment for himself, for his success, then that person has a great motivation for entrepreneurship. Now we will talk about the conclusion. So out of all these attributions and out of all these processes, we come to know that the successful entrepreneurs requires an edge derived from some combination of a creative idea. He need to be creative and a superior capacity for execution. So whatever plan of action the entrepreneur has decided, he should have the capacity and the ability and the motivation to execute that. The entrepreneur's creativity may involve an innovative product or a process that changes in existing order, or entrepreneur may have a unique insight about the consequences of an external change. Entrepreneurship is a vehicle that drives creativity and innovation. Innovation creates new demands, and entrepreneurship brings the innovations to the market. Innovation is the successful development of competitive edge, and as such is the key to entrepreneurship. Creativity and entrepreneur in sorry, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, yes, yes. Everything is fine. Yes, yes. Everything is fine. Yes.
I suddenly lost connection. I thought that I'm speaking to myself or
No, no, no. Everything is fine, really.
okay.
We enjoy your presentation.
Okay. So creativity and innovation are the heart of the spirit of enterprise. So entrepreneur will have to be creative. Entrepreneur will have to be innovative. It means striving to perform activities differently or to perform different activities to enable the entrepreneur deliver a unique mix of values. Thus, the value of creativity and innovation is to provide a gateway of entrepreneurship. This results in actively searching for opportunities to do new things, to do existing things is extraordinary way. To do the existing things in an extraordinary way, it is must for today's global environment. All these activities result in actively searching for opportunities and innovation that the entrepreneur can utilize influentially and effectively for the success of their enterprise.
Thank you very much, Dr. Saurabh Chandra. It was really wonderful, informative, and very, very much interesting for us to listen your ideas and your view of the situation with enterprises and entrepreneurship in general. And now I would like to ask you, can I ask you, dear Dr. Chandra?
I would like to, we have got plenty of time, so I think uh, I would like to show a small
Yes,
video.
yes, of course. And then I will ask
Then we
you,
can-
yes,
yes,
and dear Dr. Chandra, I would like to tell you that I am sure my students would like to speak with you, would like to listen more, for example, about your wonderful country and about opportunities for enterprises and entrepreneurship in general in your country. So maybe I hope after the short video we will create a small dialogue between
Yes,
students
of course.
and thank you very much. And we would like to watch your video, of course.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Oksana. So India continues to be the home to the third largest startup ecosystem in the world. In this video, we will see how Indian startup ecosystem evolved over the years and what needs to be done to keep up this momentum. After that, we will have a discussion over it, and I will be open for all the questions.
Thank you. I'm sure my students will create some questions, of course.
Yes, yes, of course, that would be wonderful.
Thank you.
Dr. Oksana, is this video visible?
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay, I'm going to start this video. What the motive behind showing this video to you, all the students, is that now entrepreneurship is much more vital concept. It is different from a normal business. The entrepreneur not only creates the environment, but also contributes to the development of the nation. So how the government motivates the entrepreneurship in India, I just wanted to show you all this thing. So this is the motive for me to show you this small video clip.
Thank
So
you.
I hope you will find this
Yes,
useful.
we will enjoy.
And connections, which Prime Minister Modi described as the main prerequisite for setting up any business. Due to this, there has been a significant rise in the number of entrepreneurs, particularly from Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities of the country. The participation of women has also increased under the Startup India program. Today, In Depth analyzes the entrepreneurial movement in the country since the launch of the Startup India program, the progress that the scheme has made since its inception in 2016, and the road ahead. The two-day-long Startup India International Summit kicked off in the national capital on Friday. The summit marks the fifth anniversary of the Startup India initiative, launched by the Prime Minister on 16th January 2016. With participation from over 25 countries and more than 200 global speakers, the summit is the largest startup conference organized by the government since the launch of the Startup India program. At the inauguration, Union Minister Piyush Goyal said, the startup collaborations in the country have a huge potential as new ideas will lead to innovation and invention. Goyal added that today's young generation have an immense entrepreneurial history as they look to be job creators instead of job seekers. The minister also invited startups from neighboring South Asian countries to come together and collaborate. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will interact with startups at a address event on Saturday. The two-day event will witness 24 sessions with a focus on enhancing multilateral cooperation and engagement with countries from around the globe to collectively develop and strengthen the startup ecosystems. In the past 5 years, the Startup India initiative has helped many young entrepreneurs to start their own ventures and also succeed. Under the scheme, financial help is given to those who wish to start a business, and at the same time, they are given a tax rebate. Apart from this, the government offers several other types of exemptions under the Startup India program. In this report, let's try and understand the advantages associated with the Startup India initiative. The idea behind the government's Startup India program in January 2016 was to create employment opportunities for the youth in the country. For this, the government also announced several concessions for new entrepreneurs under the Startup India program. These included an exemption from income tax on profits earned in the first 3 years of starting the business. In order to promote financing, the sale of their property was to be exempted from the capital gains tax of 20%. Under this, a provision for a liberal patent for new enterprises was also made. Other benefits included reduction in patent registration fees by 80%. Apart from this, if an entrepreneur wanted to leave the business, he or she could shut down the startup in a 90-day period. Innovation courses were started for students under the Startup India program, wherein the focus is on having 10 lakh students in 5 lakh schools. Exceptions have also been made for government purchases under Startup India.
Government has created a situation where if an entrepreneur can get a startup recognized, a whole slew of benefits come to him. He need not go anywhere. He gets all his clearances. And most important, he is also eligible for self-certification. He need not go to some government regulatory agency and seek certification and approval. He self-certifies himself. So all this red tape is cut off. And moreover, once your unit is recognized as a startup by the appropriate authority, you can approach the Small Industries Development Bank of India for loan. Hundreds of projects have now been given loans to funding for startups.
However, to take advantage of Startup India, it is necessary to meet the criteria set by the government. On a priority, it is mandatory to tell the number of jobs that would be created from a new startup.
Major benefits are that they can start their venture with the innovative ideas. If they have some idea, then they can implement something and they can start up with that. And government is providing the source of tax exemption, like it is block of that they are exempted for the profit for the year. That is the major benefit that they are not burdened with the implementation of idea. That is number one. And number two, there is fund for startups. That is also very, very important for the startups that the government is providing a fund allocation that is for the startups to benefit them and support them in their business sector. That is a support from the government. And third is the ease of doing business. That the government is establishing a lot of reforms for the startup. That is the facilitation from the government. Persons with innovative ideas would grow and contribute significantly in the economic system.
The role of states in implementing Startup India is also vital. With the center giving priority to Startup India, at present 26 states are running the startup scheme, and the remaining states and union territories are working to introduce the program. An important role of the states is to reduce the regulatory burden on the startup founders which can be promoted by simplifying the rules under the jurisdiction of the state. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha. Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced the government's flagship Startup India initiative from the ramparts of the Red Fort on 15th August 2015. On 16th January 2016, the Startup India Action Plan was launched. Since then, success stories of several young entrepreneurs have been scripted in the country, with the government providing them a simplified process, hand-holding, and also incentives. Prime Minister Narendra Modi proclaimed the Startup India campaign in 2016 to boost entrepreneurship in India. The program has achieved considerable success in the last 5 years, with the government providing several benefits to startups in the form of tax cuts, easy license clearances, and lesser regulatory interference. Since the launch of the program on 16th January 2015, several programs have been undertaken to transform India into a country of job creators instead of job seekers.
Government started this startup move 3 years ago. That is very fruitful and beneficial for the economy because we have to increase the participation of startups and small businesses in our economic growth, which is not at a comfortable position right now because our MSME's contribution is only 31-32% in the overall GDP. But in other economies, like in advanced economies, the contribution is more than sometimes 70% or 80%. So with this startups program, now they will be able to start their ventures independently and they can implement their innovative ideas. And there are a lot of schemes, beneficial schemes for these startups, and they are growing up. And the number is number is increasing, and they are getting the fruitful results from the startup program.
First of all, the scope of startups has been widened. An entity shall be considered as a startup for up to 7 years instead of the earlier 5 years, and a biotechnology startup for up to 10 years. This has been done acknowledging the long gestation period for startups. The scope has been broadened to include scalable business models with high potential of employment generation or wealth creation. Additionally, no letter of recommendation from an incubator or industry association shall be required for either recognition or tax benefits. In order to create a conducive ecosystem for the growth of startups and provide them an equal platform vis-a-vis the experienced entrepreneurs or companies in public procurement, relaxed norms of public procurement for micro and small enterprises have been provisioned in the procurement policy of Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. Compliance norms have been eased in order to reduce the regulatory burden on startups, allowing them to focus on their core business. Startup India Hub was operationalized on 1st April 2016 to resolve queries and provide hand-holding support to the startups. Certain tax exemptions were also given to the startups. Finance Act 2016 had made provision for the startups to get income tax exemption for 3 years in a block of 5 years if they are incorporated between 1st April 2016 and 31st March 2019.
So in India, especially after the Prime Minister's scheme, we've been able to get into a lot of PSUs being a young startup. We've been able to work with Apples and work with nuclear power plants here. So that way, I think the ecosystem is growing quite well in this country right now. So the policies are one, the DIP process has actually eased our taxation, GSTs, or even other registration process of governments. It's been much quicker. One, we want more taxation benefits for startups. And second, that when a startup is competing with a bigger company like which is much more established, there should be some sort of policies drafted that support startups because we need more opportunities and chances, and definitely the government has to support us.
They are really doing good. What I would say, they need to provide in terms of help in terms of money, monetary related more funds, and be open to the new idea where they may have to change a couple of policies.
Atal Tinkering Labs by the Atal Innovation Mission also aims to inculcate entrepreneurial skills in school students. Over 14,000 schools were selected to set up these labs, out of which nearly 5,400 are fully operational as of date, enabling over 2.5 million students between grade 6 to grade 12 to advance emerging tinkering DIY technologies and creating a problem-solving and innovative mindset. New incubation centers are being established under the Atal Innovation Mission across India with financial support. The incubators would provide necessary infrastructure and assistance to startups in their early stages of growth. 8 research parks are also being set up under the Startup India initiative with an objective to propel successful innovation through incubation and joint research and development efforts between academia and industry. Since
Hello, Oksana, can you see me? Your mic is off.
So we can see you.
Okay.
Yes, everything is fine. Yes, yes.
Okay, so
Don't worry.
the one more purpose of showing this short video clip to all of you is that Ukraine is doing very good when it comes to startups in this field of science and tech. So all of you should also study how the startup of Ukraine's are performing well and how they can be more globally connected, because we cannot think of a global economy without connectivity between different countries. And I also wanted to show that how government promotes the startups, what is the meaning of startup? This is the promotion of entrepreneurship. Startups are enterprises. Startups are the entrepreneurship that the government promotes through their policies, through the favorable policies. And favorable policies are one of the motivating factors for the entrepreneurs. Now we will continue with this short video.
inception, 26 states have formulated startup policies. And to foster competitiveness among them, state startup ranking framework was launched in February 2018, based on which states are working proactively to promote their startup ecosystems. The ranking was released in December 2018. In January 2019, the country's largest startup ecosystem was inaugurated in Kerala. The 1.8 lakh square feet facility houses incubation setups across a string of segments in modern technology. The integrated startup complex under the Kerala Startup Mission includes the ultra-modern facilities of Maker Village that promotes hardware startups, the BioNest that promotes medical technologies, Brink, which is the country's first international accelerator for hardware startups, BRIC, which aids developing solutions for cancer diagnosis and care, and a center for excellence. The Maker Village, set up by the IIITMK in association with Kerala Startup Mission and supported by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, houses 65 startups working in electronics hardware technologies. Bureau Report, Rajasthan. Startup India has crossed the 40,000 mark for startups recognized by the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, which offer services in various sectors like IT, technology, hardware, healthcare, agriculture, education, food, and renewable energy. Today, Gujarat is the best state in the country for startups, while the top performing states in the year 2019 were Karnataka and Kerala. In this report, let's take a look at how the states are faring in terms of startup ecosystems. The second edition of the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade State Startup Rankings for the year 2019 were announced in September 2020. The key objective of the exercise was to foster competitiveness and propel states to work proactively towards uplifting the startup ecosystem. An evaluation committee comprising independent experts from the startup ecosystem carried out a detailed assessment of responses across various parameters. The competition saw a participation of 22 states and 3 union territories. While Gujarat and Andaman and Nicobar Islands were adjudged best performance, Kerala and Karnataka were awarded top performers. In the leaders category, Bihar, Maharashtra, Odisha, Rajasthan, and Chandigarh emerged as the top 5 states, while Haryana, Jharkhand, Punjab, Telangana, and Uttarakhand were adjudged top states in the aspiring leaders category. In the emerging startup ecosystem, Andhra Pradesh, Assam, Chhattisgarh, Delhi, Himachal Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Sikkim, Tamil Nadu, and Uttar Pradesh emerged as the top states. The participating states were awarded points according to performances across 7 categories, consisting of 30 action points ranging from institutional support, easing compliances, relaxation in public procurement norms, incubation support, seed funding support, venture funding support, and awareness and outreach. India is home to over 50,000 startups with over 30 unicorns. According to a report, India will see 100 unicorns by 2025 that will help create over 1.1 million direct jobs. The state startup ranking exercise was started by the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade in 2018 to help in capacity building of states and build a robust startup ecosystem for nurturing innovation and providing opportunities to budding entrepreneurs. Bureau report, Rajasthan. The Startup India scheme has new policies and initiatives to make it easier for investors and startup founders to incubate their ventures in the country. Here's a look at how the scheme has helped and encouraged young entrepreneurs to transform their innovative ideas into profitable business ventures. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Startup India has put India at number 3 in world rankings. Several programs have been undertaken since the launch of the initiative to transform India into a country of job creators instead of job seekers. Startup India is a flagship initiative of the government intended to build a strong ecosystem conducive to the growth of startup businesses.
It is an integral part of making India to create employment and also help our youth and other young entrepreneurs that you can do things right here in India. You don't have to be frustrated and you don't have to work for a giant company. You start your own. And we have already seen the results. There are so many companies which were startups. They have now become huge market forces, huge market capitalization has taken place.
It is a platform that provides opportunities for youth to become industrialists and entrepreneurs. Under this, the government grants funds to people or companies to set up a business and create employment for others. The objective is to help the entrepreneurs who want to build small businesses. A proper guidance on how to run a business as well as a guide to business policies are provided to the entrepreneurs. The government also provides skill development training under the scheme.
The government is doing a lot for this startup because the contribution of startup in economic production and the increase in the early times. But still there are few issues related to the infrastructure or some facilitation, single window facilitation, because sometimes the states provide single window facilitation larger cities. But sometimes in small cities, some innovative minds are not able to implement their ideas and they are not aware about the policy of the government. That is the major thing. So government should spread the awareness about this policy at the grassroots level because sometimes people are very, very innovative at the village level or block level, but they are not able to know about the process of registration and to get benefits from the dynamic policy environment.
There are certain criteria on which a company can avail benefits of Startup India. These are: a company must be registered as a private limited company or partnership firm or a limited liability partnership. Business should not be incorporated or registered in India before 5 years. The turnover must be less than 25 crores per year. The business must be operating towards innovating something new or significantly upgrading the existing technology. The particular startup business should not be an outcome of remodeling of an existing business. In order to meet the objectives of the initiative, the government announced the action plan that addresses all aspects of the startup ecosystem. The action plan is based on 3 pillars: simplification and handholding, funding support and incentives, and industry academia partnership and incubation. A 19-point Startup India action plan plan has been included under which the government provides a variety of concessions. It envisages incubation centers, easier patent filing, tax exemptions, ease of setting up businesses, a 10,000 crore rupees corpus fund, and a faster exit mechanism, among others.
Hundreds of projects have now been given growth, funding for startup and recognition, I believe, has been given to nearly 3,000 units so far. This is all the process of making it easy. This is also the process of ease of doing business. What are the aspects of ease of doing business? And make in India. So that's definite direction is for that. Right? Allow them to do business, allow them to produce, allow them to innovate and help India grow and do these things in India, not in Silicon Valley or California or somewhere.
The government has also taken the initiative to involve the industry and education in Startup India. Under this, there is a provision for providing assistance to new entrepreneurs in research and development at national and international levels. It also has special arrangements for women entrepreneurs. These programs have catalyzed the startup culture in India, and many entrepreneurs have availed the benefits of starting their own business in the country. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV. So that's it from us in this edition of In Depth. Just in case you missed the television broadcast of our program, you can also watch it online on YouTube and Twitter, and you can get back to us with your feedback and suggestions as well. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much, Dr. Saurabh Chandra. It was really grateful information today, and I think we will speak more about motivation today. I meant with my students, and we will decide how motivation is important for development of enterprises or entrepreneurship in general, and how it can, according to my opinion, can increase number of enterprises in your country, in our country, in the world in general. So first of all, I would like to hear from my students about their opinions, about their emotions concerning this wonderful lecture. So can I ask?
Yes, yes, of course.
Yes.
It is a pleasure for me, yes, of course.
Thank you very much. And I would like to start from Katya Tribulina. I would like to listen from you. What do you think about motivation in general and about the lecture of our guest lecturer, and tell us a few words, please.
Firstly, I wanted to say you thank you because it was really interesting and really important, because this information, as for me, is like basis for us. And also your presentation was very informative and interesting with our information about entrepreneur. And video not also give us information, but ability to understand different speeches with different pronunciation. So I was very glad to hear it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Katya. Maybe you would like to ask something. Maybe do you have questions concerning this wonderful presentation, about this information, about motivation in general?
I want to add.
Yes, please, Dr. Chandra.
I want to add something, that the reason for showing the video clip was that the topic of entrepreneurial motivation is a very interesting topic, and motivation comes from the environment. So if the economy and the government is motivating, then the entrepreneurs are definitely going to grow. So this was the reason why I showed you the video clip, that how in India the government is motivating new enterprises through the startup programs.
And also, I would like to add something concerning the video what we watched today. So, Dr. Chandra, I would like to tell you that we will only start studying about startups in general, because we didn't do it in the framework of our course. In this case, maybe next week we will have the term about startup in general. In this case, I would like to invite you to join us again, if it will be very nice and very interesting for you, because according to my opinion, for us, it will be really great pleasure to listen from you, and we can together explore this theme about startups in Ukraine, in India, and in the world in general. So you are welcome if you would like to join us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I would
Thank you too.
definitely like to join you next week.
Thank you very much. And now I would like to listen from Artem Khmelyuk.
I want to thank you for this presentation because she gives me a lot of information about how usual people become entrepreneurs. And
thank you very much. And Artem, what do you think about motivation and how it's important?
Motivation, I think it's maybe one of the most important qualities.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I have a question for the students.
Yes, of course,
if you allow me.
Of course, everything what you would like to do, of course.
How many of you are motivated enough to become an entrepreneur in the future after graduating or getting a diploma from the university? How many of you are going to be starting their own enterprises?
Georgi, sorry. First of all, can you introduce yourself, and then because it will be more interesting and more, very nice to know your name and surname, please.
So, my name is Georgi Olesenko, and I can say that your presentation gives a lot of things to think about. And actually, I have a question about motivation in the world. So, as I understood, the amount of people is growing, and that is why every day we have more and more new entrepreneurs, new startups. And I have a question. Should government motivate other people to do it? Because as I understood, in each system, we should have main class, a class of office people, so that can work with papers, documents, and of course, working class that can do, for example, I don't know, on furniture factory, they should create a sofa. So I believe that when we are motivating more and more people, we will not have people to work.
Okay, should I answer, Dr.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Whenever we talk about entrepreneurship, we talk about the leadership. Entrepreneurs are leaders. So here we have to distinguish between leaders and employees. Those who prepare the sofa are the employees, and those who own the factory or the industry are the entrepreneurs. So the government of each and every country are promoting the normal population, the normal people to start the industries so that more jobs can be created and more innovative products can come to the economy. And this will also help in the nation building, because when the economy will boost up, the nation will also boost up. So first we will have to distinguish between the roles. Entrepreneurship is definitely a leadership role in which the leaders organizes everything, brings all the human and non-human resources together to produce something, to innovate something, to create something. And nowadays, every government is motivating their population, their citizens to become leaders, to become the economic leaders.
Yeah, thank you very much for your answer. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Please continue, please. Of course.
Thank you for your answer, and that is why I have another question. Is genetic persistence important for future entrepreneurs?
Yes, of course. It is one of the traits of entrepreneurship.
Thanks. I don't have any questions more.
Not yet, not yet. Maybe, maybe soon you will have more. Okay, thank you very much, Georgi. And now I would like to invite and to give the floor to Luis, please.
Yeah, my name is Lois. So
Hello, Luis.
yeah, thank you. I'm very, very grateful for the presentation. Thank you for the your presentation on motivation of entrepreneurship. Like for me, for example, I'd love to be an entrepreneur when I
Oh,
finish
that's great.
from.
That's great. All the best. Best wishes to you.
Yeah, thank you, because I really have like a creative mind. I love designing clothes, like drawing clothes, doing all sorts of things that can help fashion industry and all. But then again, I'm like, okay, it's impossible for me to like start up when I have nothing in hand. So I'm like, okay, how do I like go about that? Despite the fact that I guess I am motivated to like start up a business. So is there any way I can like start up with like giving up when I come to like a particular tough situation?
Okay,
My question
definitely.
is there any way I can help myself even when I come to like a tough situation?
Okay, first tell me, can you do this alone, or you will make a team and
No,
do it with the team?
no, I can't do it alone.
Yes. Then the first thing or the first step would be the level of motivation inside you, which is very good. Now you will have to make a team, and when many brains will come together, then definitely you will find a way. First, make a good team with good people, and you will find a way. You will definitely find a way.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. And one more thing, I read about an article they referred to as economic entrepreneur.
Luis?
I can't hear her.
Yes, I can hear her too. What? Luis, can you hear me? No, unfortunately.
Yeah, I can hear
yes.
you.
Oh, okay. Great. So please continue. Luis, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay. In this case, do you want to continue? Something wrong.
Maybe some technical issue.
Yes, something wrong. Okay, unfortunately. So now I would like to invite Mykola Fedько to tell us something. Mykola? Mykola, can you hear me? Mykola? So, Mykola, Inessa, is something wrong with his microphone or what?
He has some technical problems, problems with internet, but I can answer if you want. We can.
Okay, thank you, Inessa. In this case, Inessa, I would like to ask you about your.
Okay, so yeah, everyone told that it was like interesting and exciting, and it's not a lie. So it was actually cool, and I like such events. So it's cool possibility to listen to someone new and just like see the words from the eyes of another person. So really, thank you. If you talk about motivation, in my opinion, it's one of the most important things in person. So it's not like a feeling, but it's something inside you. So to be honest, if I don't have a motivation, it's like a way to depression. It's maybe like loud words, but actually a person that don't want anything, that has no wishes, no like desires, then it's get really hard to live with such a strong thing in our life.
Okay, okay. Thank you very much, Inessa, about your for your
Thank you so
for
much.
Okay, so yeah, if we talk about questions, maybe I would like to ask, what do we need like to start our business first of all? So what are the main points that we should do to fulfill it?
The first thing is that for any business or any activity, you will have to find a product, the thing that you can bring before the world in the best way. So first ask yourself what you can bring before the world in the best possible way. So first the product, then the team, and third is the innovation and your creativity. How can you innovate and create the thing in a much better way? Actually, each and every product is an idea. So first thing, you will have to work on your idea. You will have to do a lot of researches. You will have to understand what is existing in this world and how you can innovate and make that thing more suitable for the world. So the first thing is the
Okay,
idea. You
thanks
will
for
have to
your
work on
answer.
that idea.
and speaking about
Okay, thanks.
thank you, Nessa. And speaking about products, I would like to tell you, my dear students, that Dr. Saurabh Chandra is not only the managing director of the Research Networking Foundation, but also he is the editor of the very important and very famous journal, academic journal, entitled Socrates. In this case, Dr. Saurabh Chandra has a strong motivation to develop his product. It's what I would like to add.
I'm an academician, so I will work with every product that is academic. I'm an academician, so I will innovate every product that is academic.
Yes, very, very nice. Very nice. And now I would like to ask Vladislav Durnev. Vladislav, can you hear me? Vladislav, are you here? Vladislav, please tell us a few words. Vladislav?
He told that he can't, he doesn't have access to his microphone.
Very sad. Thank you, Georgi. Very sad because of that, because we would like to speak with students and we would like to listen some words and some maybe questions. Okay, maybe someone would like to tell us something or to ask something, please. Don't be afraid. Please feel free yourself to speak, because it's, according to my opinion, it's a great opportunity to speak, to listen, to know something new. So please don't be afraid. Enjoy, please. I always ask you to enjoy. So please enjoy, my dear students, and speak with our wonderful lecturer today.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, of course, absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Dr. Saurabh Chandra, for this wonderful presentation. It was really inspiring, and I would like to ask a question. How do you think can we boost or increase the awareness of such cool projects? For example, as you have shown us in India, there is a really magnificent project for everyone to start up a business. But how can we increase the awareness between among people in countryside, for example, who don't have access maybe to the internet, or like how to touch such people, how to cover such population.
And how to motivate, yes, Dasha?
And how to motivate, yeah,
Yeah.
how to inform them, so that I'm sure that even villagers, they have great ideas, but how to get them to know this information.
Okay, thank you so much for such an interesting question. And I want to tell you first thing that entrepreneurship is different from doing a business. The main motive of business is to earn profit, but the motive of entrepreneurship is to create an environment. Are you getting my point? It is about influencing the environment and getting influenced by the environment. So it is different from doing a business. I can start a shop and I can earn money, but this will not change the life of any other person. When I will become an entrepreneur, I will not only change my life, but I will also change the environment. I will influence the environment, and I will be able to change the life of different persons that get connected to me. So it is not a doing just a normal business. About the awareness comes from inside through education, through providing them details about the various policies of the government, to making them understand that how they can utilize the best of their potentials. We can motivate the persons who are living in the countryside. Let me give you an example. Those population which are living in the countrysides in different, I can tell you the name of the state. There is a state, very poor state. The name of the state is Bihar in India. In that state, there is a very famous painting. That is the Madhubani painting. So it is one of the most famous paintings in the world. So the poor population who was actually painting these type of images, when they came to know that these paintings are so much valuable in the world, they started an enterprise, and now they are successfully exporting these paintings to different parts of the world. So first, we will have to tell the importance of the product to them, that this is your product and it is important what you can produce. It is just like utilizing the best of your talent. Entrepreneurship is just like exploiting or utilizing the best of your talents. So by this way, we can influence, we can motivate and make this countryside population aware about the different type of policies of the government, and we can motivate them to start up, to make an enterprise so that they can change the life of their surroundings as well.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dasha, for your wonderful question. Thank you.
Very interesting question. Yes. Cool.
Yeah, very nice. I'm very proud of my students because they are very smart, very interesting people. Thank you very much. And Zlata, I would like to invite you.
Yes, I can hear you.
So please tell us something interesting and tell us something about your feelings.
So firstly, I would like to say that it was a real pleasure to hear some new information for me. It was really inspiring. So, let me see 1 second. I would think about what I want to ask. Maybe would you recommend us what is the best age to start entrepreneur, to become an entrepreneur? Maybe it can be people below the age of 20, or it doesn't matter.
Do you paint something? Do you paint something?
Zlata?
Sorry, I didn't catch it up.
Are you a creator? Do you create something? Do you paint something?
No.
Not yet, maybe.
Not yet.
Okay. So who tells a child at what age they should paint. Everyone who is born, if you will give a pen in their hand, they will draw something. So to become an entrepreneur, you need a legal age when it comes to registration, when it comes to availing the policies of the government. But to become an entrepreneur, the age is not a matter.
Okay, I understand. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Zlata. Thank you very much for your question and your comments. And now I would like to invite Sofia Rodina. Sofia, can you hear us? Sofia? Sofia, are you here? It seems not. Okay. In this case, I would like to invite Sofia Cherevko. Dear students, don't be afraid. Please enjoy this moment. It's the most important.
Please, I want to interact. I am very
yes,
interactive
of course.
person, and I want to
it's so
interact.
interesting.
I want to talk to all of you.
Okay, in this case, Tanya Zayats, please.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, thank you that you are here.
I'd like to say thank you. It was a really interesting and inspiring and cognitive presentation. And I think motivation is important not only for entrepreneurs, but for all of us. And I would like to ask you, in your opinion, can everyone become an entrepreneur?
It is a very difficult question because yes, everyone can become an entrepreneur if they can realize the best of their talents. Entrepreneurship is just about utilizing the best of your talent. First, you find out what is your talent and you utilize it, you bring it in the shape of an enterprise, and you will become an entrepreneur. So first, find out what motivates you the best. If a painter is there, the painting motivates him. If a singer is there, the singing motivates him. So if they can transform their motivation and their talent in the form of an enterprise, then they will become an entrepreneur. First, find out what is your talent and then go for it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Tanya.
Thank you so much.
And also, Dr. Saurabh Chandra, I would like to ask you about your vision concerning an idea what you told us during your presentation. You told us about an entrepreneur that this person is a leader. What do you think? What do you think? And can you tell us about? Can you tell us about difference, about your vision on how to be just top manager maybe and a leader in the framework of our vision of entrepreneurship in general, leader and top manager? What's difference according to your opinion?
The most simplest distinction between a leader and a top manager is that the top manager will work for his development, but the leader will work for the development of everyone. So if entrepreneur is there, then he will work for the development of each and every person that is working in that enterprise. But the manager will not work for everyone. He will only work for his development. So he can't be a leader. This is the, in my opinion, this is the simplest distinction between a leader and an employee. A manager can be an employee, but if the manager is working for the development of everyone, then ultimately he will be transformed and he will come into a position of a leader.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Wonderful, wonderful opinion. Thank you very much for your opinion. And now I would like to invite Oля Vasik to tell us something. Oля, can you hear me? Oля? Okay, maybe Olena Malish. Can I invite you? Olena?
Yes,
Nice.
I would ask maybe from which business it's better to start, from open a shop or restaurant or something like that.
What do you want to do?
Especially, I don't know yet what I want to do.
Just think about it. What do you want to do? You want to open an enterprise? Then you will have to do a short research on what kind of enterprise would be successful in that area where do you live. Or it would be an international enterprise, then you will have to think about different countries in which you will succeed. So if I am good in something, then I will utilize that thing. So first you will have to find out in what sector, in what things you are good in. Then you utilize the best of your talents in that sector.
Okay, thank you for answer.
Everything can be successful if we follow the plan of action and we do research and all the homework first. Then we proceed. Then we can make everything possible. We can make everything successful. This is my experience.
Everything can be successful if you are motivated. So,
if the entrepreneur is motivated. And whenever we talk about entrepreneur, he is not just a normal person because he is going to influence the environment. He is going to create the ecosystem. What is the meaning of an ecosystem? Can anyone tell me what is the meaning of an ecosystem?
Students?
Ecosystem?
Mm-hmm.
It's everything around us, so nature. And how it works for people or against them.
Okay.
Maybe
nice.
ecosystem is also like an atmosphere among people, their inner state, how they feel, whether they're inspired, motivated or not, what their goals are, and maybe this, if we talk about a company.
So basically, ecosystem is just the socio-economic and political system of any country. This is the ecosystem. Socio-economic and political system, because all these three things are important for the development of any enterprise. If the society is not supportive, if the society is not stable, if the society is not peaceful, then your enterprise will not succeed. Same thing goes with the political system, same thing goes with the economic system, because ultimately you are going to present yourself in this environment, you are going to work in this environment. So entrepreneur not only get influenced by the ecosystem, it also creates the ecosystem in his favor. So it is the role of a leadership role. So this is what ecosystem is called, socio-economic and political system.
Thank you very much, Dr. Chandra. My dear students, unfortunately, we are forced to finish because you know our lecture should be finished. So, my dear students, I am so grateful for your energy, for your attention, for your questions, for your presence here during our lecture. And I hope you enjoyed the time with our guest lecturer, and I hope our dear guest lecturer will accept our invitation and maybe will join us in the near future. So, dear Dr. Chandra, thank you very much for your wonderful presentation, for your wonderful lecture in general, and for your time. And we are so happy. We enjoyed all the time, and I hope we will collaborate in the near future. So thank you very much, my dear students. Thank you very much, and see you soon. See you soon. Take care. Have a grateful weekend, and please, my dear students, and Dr. Chandra also stay healthy and happy. All the best to you. Thank you.
Thank
See
you
you
for
soon.
your lecture.
Thank you.
Thank you.
so
Thank
much
you very
for-
much, dear
Bye.
students.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you so much for
Bye.
inviting
Bye.
me. And it would be a pleasure for me to join again. Thank you so much, students,
Thank
for
you.
hearing to me. Thank you so much.
Thank you a lot.
Thank you. Thank you very much. See you.
Oksana Pavlovna, can I stay for a minute? Yeah.
Dasha, can we do it later, please? I will ask you to call me by phone.
Of course.
Okay,
Thank
I
you.
will write you my number. Okay.
Okay,
Dasha,
great.
thank you very much. Thank you. You are a great student. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You're a great
See you.
teacher.
Thank you very much. See you soon.
See
Thank
you.
you. Take care.
Have a nice day. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. See you.